What's up guys, it's time for racing, as just in 3 days we're gonna do some cross-country race in my area, and this is my first comeback season, so pretty much exciting for me. Our Canada killer is getting some new rubbers on, and this is also a good chance to give you some advices about the tires. Now we're gonna do another episodes on maybe 1 or 2 on everything like casing, tread, TPIs, hardness and so on and so on. But today's episode is focused on foldable versus wired. So as you can see, or maybe you haven't seen that just yet, we have same model of a Maxxis tire here. It's a Crossmark. That's the model I absolutely love. I bought like same model in 2 versions. This one, as you can see, is foldable and this one is wired. So what's the difference between those two? What's the advantage of paying more for the foldable version? I'm gonna cover that right now. So first off, these are 26-inch tires because I'm racing on my old school killer, so 26-inch. What was the difference in terms of the price? This foldable tire was around $4 more expensive, so around 3 euros, $4 more expensive for the foldable. Why so? It's all about the bead here. That's the part of the tire that's gonna hold on the tire to our rim, to the inside of the rim. So it holds on the tire into place. On the more expensive tire, which is foldable, we've got some Kevlar bundle here, and it allows for the tire just to stay in the rim. Now on the less expensive one, there is no Kevlar because Kevlar is just expensive stuff, and making tires out of Kevlar is more expensive. Here we have simply just a like steel wire, so one wire on one bed, another on the other side, and as you can see, even this tire is just stiffer. It almost holds its shape, and it's not possible to fold this one just as this one, as we would be really damaging our wiring. Now one thing for the online shops, this one was someone was really trying to fold this one in order to fit it into the box, which is very bad. Okay, so we know that the foldable one will be more expensive. The other difference will be in terms of the weight. For 26-inch tires, like we have same tread, same compound, everything is essentially the same except for this bead. The foldable version is around 100 grams lighter, so it will be 200 grams more on my bike for 2 wired tires versus 2 Kevlar foldable tires, so 200 grams. Now I'm not concerned about 200 grams, and why? Because the racing I'm gonna do now is just my comeback season, and let's say on Sunday we're gonna be there like 300 guys, and I'm shooting for like 60th or 70th place, somewhere around there. If I was to go for top 20, I would still be happy with the wired tire. If I was to go for maybe top 5, then I would think about some weight savings, but it's not really that important. Many people would tell you that this is the rotational weight, so if you're adding to your wheel on your tires 200 grams, it's like a lot. Well, it is something, but on cross-country race I'm not sure, maybe I would save just like 20-30 seconds, so it doesn't matter for myself that much. Are there any other differences? Now, usually those wired tires would not have the same type of compound, because on the more expensive tire there would be some so-called better or higher quality compound. Basically, what it means is that the tread, the knobs on your tires would be made of either different kinds of compound, or the compound would be, or the rubber would be just more soft. These 2 tires are made of 70A hardness or hard rubber. That means it's kind of like medium hard. So-called better tires would be made of maybe like 60A rubber. That would mean like medium soft. So what it basically means is that those knobs here, which are made of 70A hard rubber, these are just harder, and those will not wear down as quickly as 60A, for example. And also we say that there is less traction for those harder compounds. I would say, well, I'm not an ignorant in this matter, but I do not feel that much of a difference. Others would also tell you that the harder the rubber is, the more ergonomic it is for your rolling, so the less rolling resistance it has. So it's not that obvious with this 60A or 70A hard rubber, but most likely some super expensive tires with will be foldable and will have different kind of compounds. If you look like on the schwalbe.com website, they will explain you like having 3 different types of the rubber. Quite often the rubber here, like those knobs on the sides, would be softer. Those knobs here center would be harder, and that's better for the tire in my opinion. But many expensive tires I've been training on just wear down so quickly. So I'm gonna be both training and racing on these tires, so I don't care. I do want to have these this harder type of rubber on my tires. And traction on this one, man, I absolutely love it. Those knobs here are, in my opinion, very good. So 70A hard rubber both on my foldable and my wired tire will be just okay. One more thing is maybe just shortly about those TPIs, which is threads per inch. Here we've got the casing of our rubber. Both of my tires are made of 70 TPI casing, and that means threads of your casing per squared inch. And once more, some people say the more of those threads you have, the better. I would say you have to think for yourself, because the more TPIs you have, so the more threads on the surface of the casing you will have, the lighter and the more compliant your tire will be, but also less puncture resistant. In my opinion, much less puncture resistant. So this is like just a standard tire with 70A hard tread and 60 TPI, 60 threads per inch. You can see those threads here, which is just enough in terms of compliance, in my opinion. And also this tire will really be puncture resistant. And that's actually one of the main factors after the first one, which is the traction for myself, puncture resistance. Super duper high quality and expensive tires will not have very good puncture resistance, even though they have like many different systems, anti-snake bites, super sidewalls and evolution and so on and so on. By the way, this one has also 2 systems made by Maxxis, like one is called Silkworm and the other one is called Exo. So we do have like stronger sidewalls here, but puncture resistance is super important for myself, because if I was to lose like even, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds on the race, on like 1.5 hours race maybe, because I was running heavier tires, but I was almost sure I would not get a puncture, I would be happy with that one, because I had been having many punctures on my very important races, which I completely lost, and which I trained for years to make some nice win there. So it is very important. Once more, for your training especially for your training tires, the wired will be just fine, just okay. I do recommend that you purchase those cheaper tires. As long as the tread is something that you really want and you need, those tires will be heavier, but will be also much more puncture resistant and also wear down much longer. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, put them below in the comment section and I will see you soon. Bye bye.